I've been here long enough to learn how to love it. And I've been through times where I hated it. But in the times when I hated it, the problem wasn't it was me. There are many things that I love about Korea. Of course, I love the natural beauty. Hello, Angie. This won't be long. I hope you're doing well down there. We just had a break in the hot weather, just as I was going out to run an errand on foot. So I need to go back in and get an umbrella because it's starting to rain a little bit. But, well, it is. It's just suddenly it was almost oppressively hot, and I went out and I thought, Lord, it's hot. And then I felt a few raindrops, and suddenly here we are. So, but I just wanted to point something out about Korea and this country to its eternal credit and the credit of its people. Now, there are many things I love about Korea, and I'm very grateful to be here. Like any country, like any society, it's full of people, and therefore it has problems. But as things go, especially in the world nowadays, it's a very good place to be. Now, look at this exercise equipment. Everywhere you go, there's like exercise equipment but they take care of the old people. And that's nice. And there's a lot of things that are nice about it, but I'll go ahead and just cut to the chase. Hey, Troy, William, Troy. All right. So here's what I love most about this country. This is my apartment complex where I live, and it's very nice. But this is a little rest area that nobody ever uses. Now, 2 or 3 nights ago, or days ago actually, this happened like 2 or 3 nights ago, I came out here and I saw this this object. And I quickly figured out that it's a headlamp. It's an LED headlamp, and it's a nice one. It has a light band that goes all the way across the forehead. And it has a rechargeable battery pack. Type C USB rechargeable battery pack. And it's nifty, and it's the kind of thing that that any red-blooded male would love to have in his shed, or knick-knack counter, or wherever. You just that's not a cheap headlamp. And I thought, well, okay, consider the location. Okay, he left it here on Friday night. I would imagine that he was out drinking with his buddies, and he stopped to take a rest, to enjoy the evening on his way home. And he left it, and perhaps he'd been drinking, and he got home, and he fell asleep, and he woke up and had to go about his weekend. Maybe he still hasn't realized that it's missing. And so I was like, well, okay, I better leave it. He'll be back for it. And so every day, twice a day, I come out here and I check. It's still there. And yesterday, I came out for a break to get some sunshine and stand barefoot on the earth, and there was a man standing here. I came to check on it, and there was a man standing right there, and he was puffing on an e-cigarette, but he knew he shouldn't be because of that sign, and he saw me, and whoops, and he skedaddled out that way. And I said, oh, it's still there. And then I went back out, and I'm standing on the path out there in my bare feet, and he's standing over there by that tree, and he calls out to me, hey, can you speak Korean? I said, yeah, a bit. And it's just the normal, usual conversation. Oh, how long you been here? What are you doing? How many kids you got? That kind of thing. And And then, so we'd been talking for about 10-15 minutes, and we'd agreed to like have coffee sometime, which is always nice. And I said, "Hey, did you see this thing over here?" He said, "What?" I said, "Yeah, come over here and look at this thing." And we walked over here, and I said, "Look at that. Isn't that nice?" He said, "Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's nice." I said, I mean, I said, he said, "A week." I said, "Really? I was thinking maybe 4 or 5 days." He said, "Nah." He said, "A week." He said, "Leave it a week. And if it's still here after a week," he said, "Me personally, I don't think I would take it. But if you took it after a week, nobody could fault you for that." A week. And I laughed. And I said, "If this was America," he said, "Yeah, it'd be gone in 5 minutes." So, I think if I had to pick any one thing that I love most about Korea, that's the thing that I love most about Korea. It still exists, and it's not even that uncommon. I'd go so far as to say that it's an unwritten rule. And I learned what the actual unwritten rule is. It's a week. Right. Well, I didn't have time to. I was telling my story, and I can't read comments and tell a story at the same time. I'm sorry about that. Thank you guys for showing up. I really appreciate it. And I hope and pray you're doing well. Now, I need to go back inside and grab an umbrella and finish this errand for my missus. She's tapping her foot up there. Be well, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Again, soon. Bye.